All right, you're doing everything right with your SEO. You're optimizing your keywords, you're including backlinks, you're writing blog posts that deserve an award, and yet your Google traffic is still non-existent. If this sounds familiar, it's not your imagination, and it's definitely not your fault. Your customers are being intercepted long before they ever even touch Google. So we made this video where I'm exposing the 5 hidden ways social commerce is actually stealing your traffic, and what you need to do about it to get it right. All right, so the game has changed. For years, the rules were simple. If we wanted customers, we just rankled first on Google, and that was it. They'd click through. But that was the digital Main Street. And while we were all obsessing over title tags and backlinks, the entire neighborhood moved. The customer journey does not begin with a search bar anymore. For millions, especially younger consumers, it begins inside a social feed. And this isn't a tiny shift. This is the tectonic plate that's moving right under your business that you don't even know about. And even Google is in the mix now. With AI overviews, Google is literally giving people the answers before they even click. And sure, Google says that this increases clicks to the sources that they cite, but independent studies are now saying otherwise. In fact, they actually strongly disagree. When an AI overview appears, organic CTRs drop off a cliff. And meanwhile, social commerce has exploded into a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they're no longer just platforms, they're storefronts, they're malls, they're marketplaces with checkout lanes built right into the feed. So, your traffic isn't down because your SEO is bad, it's down because your customers are on a path that never even touches Google. What we want to do is break down exactly what is happening. The first and sneakiest threat to your Google traffic is the zero-click universe. This is the world where customers get answers right at the top of the page and maybe even make purchases without ever visiting your website. It's happening on 2 fronts. It's on Google's own AI overviews. When someone searches benefits of vitamin C, Google's AI spits out a tiny summary right at the top. And your beautifully written blog post? Well, now it's just background noise. And studies from 2005 show that when AI overviews appear, users actually click less, and sometimes not at all. Okay, and number 2, social media's frictionless shopping ecosystem. So picture someone scrolls their Instagram reel or a TikTok reel and a creator shows off a kitchen gadget. A Shop Now button appears at the bottom. They tap it, they buy it, they're done. They never Googled best kitchen gadget. They never even hit your site. They never even knew you existed. That's the zero-click world. It's great for the platforms, but it's devastating for any business relying on its website traffic. All right, here's the part that feels illegal to say out loud. You ready? For a massive chunk of the population, especially Gen Z, Google is no longer the default search engine. TikTok is. So finding the best ramen in your city? Yeah, they're not Googling it. They're watching TikToks of streaming bowls and strangers slurping noodles in less than a second. Google itself reported that 40% of Gen Z chooses TikTok or Instagram over Google for searches like restaurants. And additional studies show that over half are using social platforms before Google when searching for info. They're searching for product reviews, they're searching for trends, DIY tutorials, skincare transformations, and they trust creators far more than polished SEO articles. Because SEO is built on text, social search is built on video, community, and authenticity. If your entire strategy is rank on Google, you're invisible where your customers actually search. Your traffic is down because the search has shifted, but your strategy did not. All right, the third traffic thief. Frictionless in-app checkout. The old school buying journey. Search, click, website, browse, add to cart, checkout, enter info, find your wallet, cry, purchase. That is a lot of exits on the highway. Now look at social commerce. See product, tap, confirm with your thumbprint, done. TikTok shop, Instagram shopping, they're weaponized convenience. Consumers can go from discovery to purchase in seconds without ever leaving the app. And here's the kicker. Users say convenience is the #1 reason why they buy directly through social. So your funnel, it didn't even get a chance to load. All right, once upon a time, ranking high on Google automatically gave you credibility, but not anymore. The real brand building arena has moved to social media, where people can actually interact directly with you. Comments, live streams, stories, behind the scenes, Q&A, these build emotional relevance in ways a meta description simply cannot. When someone loves you on social, they don't Google best running shoes. They Google your brand, or they skip Google entirely and visit your profile. So if your brand isn't showing up in the social conversation, you're not just missing engagement, you're missing loyalty. And loyalty is what decides whether someone ever lands on your website. All right, the final and most foundational shift. We live on our phones and we consume video on our phones. Mobile devices drive the most web traffic today, and for retail, some studies put it at 70+%. And what dominates mobile? Short, vertical, addictive video. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, these platforms were built for mobile. They're built for video, and they're built for shopping. Google is trying to catch up with shorts and visual search, but their DNA is still text-based. So social platforms are built for how people actually shop in 2026. So if your marketing isn't video heavy and mobile first, you're losing the brands who make content that fit the screen your customers stare at all day, every day. Your Google traffic isn't just dropping because of Google, it's dropping because you're optimized for a desktop world while your customers live in a vertical video universe. Okay, so let's recap why your Google traffic is slipping through your fingers. 1. Zero-click universe. Answers and purchases happen without visiting your site. 2. New search engines. TikTok and Instagram are the new discovery tools. 3. Frictionless in-app purchasing. Social commerce closes the sale instantly. 4. Brand engagement shift. Real loyalty is built on social, not search results. Number 5. Mobile and video domination. Social platforms own the format that consumers prefer. But the answer isn't abandon SEO. Google still matters a lot, but it can't be your only strategy, because if it's your only strategy, you're fishing in a river where everyone else has moved to the ocean. Diversify. You gotta show up where your customers spend their time. Build community, create video, and learn the social commerce rather than fight it. Because if your customers are buying in the feed, you need to be selling in the feed. All right, now that you understand what is stealing your traffic, it's time to fight back. And I've created a follow-up. 7 actionable steps to integrate social commerce and win back your customers. Click the link on the screen or in the description and you can get it right in your inbox. And if you want to stay ahead of every major shift reshaping marketing, hit subscribe and ring the bell. You do not want to be the brand that figures all this stuff out too late. We'll see you in the next video.